that's true. Naked Palpatine.
Oh, you pick that one. Fresh out of the clone tank, nude Palpatine is my
Well, that's the first thing I think of when you say Dark Empire Palpatine.
Hello, everybody. What would the the catchphrase be? I don't know. But Conan, the Barbarian. I'm making this a triple feature because I don't feel enough for a single video. But I have 3 stories for you today. I have Rogues in the House by Robert E. Howard, of course. There's a character named Murillo, who I thought was really funny because I was also reading Malazan, and there's a character named Murillo in that. This story, it follows typical kind of like formula. The ending's the most interesting part because they meet this ape that's not an ape, but, kind of looks like an ape. It's a weird thing, but Conan ends up having to kill it, and the big thing he takes away is that I didn't kill a beast. Kind of paraphrasing, I killed a man. But, you know, the stupid guard comes into a jail cell because they do actually manage to capture Conan in this story. And then a guard comes into the jail cell, and of course, Conan beats him up because, well, what else was going to happen there? So, Conan throws a woman off a balcony, and I was like, wow, I thought he was a hero. Now, she landed in a cesspool, which I guess is like garbage or something, so she's okay. It's meant to be more of a funny haha. But I thought he just straight up killed her for a second. Yeah. And then, at the end, after he has this whole battle, I know I'm skipping over a lot. I don't have much to add to this story or to talk about. I mean, the prose is great, but there's not much there for me to dive into. But at the end of it, there's this guy that's been accompanying him. I think his name is Nemendius, Endius, whatever. Anyway, a guy was there. He's an ally, and he tries to help Conan enough because he's lost a lot of blood. And Conan tells him to back off, and he says, "The moment I cannot stand on my own, it is time to die." And I thought that was great. The next story is Gods of the North / The Frost Giant's Daughter, and I really don't have anything to say about this. This seems to be earlier in the timeline for Conan, and he seems to be, his main motivation in this book, seemingly, is that he wants to rape this woman. I mean, there's some other stuff happening, but that's like the core of it. Like, he gets filled with lust and wants to take her. And, I finished Malazan, Book of the Fallen, Malazan, and in that series, Karsa Orlong is sort of this critique of Conan the Barbarian, right? But for Karsa, it makes sense. From the stories I've read, Conan is always very brash and forward with women, maybe even rude, but he doesn't really seem to do anything like that either in terms of making someone do something they don't want to do. At least in terms of women, I guess. I don't know. I haven't read every single Conan story, but I would hope that that's not the norm. But, it just raises questions too, like, yeah, he's a barbarian, but we're very much meant to see him as, like, the hero in every story. We're meant to root for him in these adventures. We don't want to look at him in a bad light. So, with the context of Conan, it just doesn't work. Karsa Orlong, it works because he's meant to be a deconstruction of Conan. But, so there's some other stuff that's going on, but really, the main thing is he wants this girl. And that just rubbed me the wrong way throughout the entire story, which is fairly short, and I could not, for the life of me, enjoy it. So, that's my thoughts on that one. I don't have anything to add. It made me uncomfortable, and I don't like it because it's not the vibe that Conan, at least from what I've read so far, is going for. And it just, just made me not happy. So that's a no for me on that one. So the first one I'm going to say no, just a bad story. And then we have the Black Colossus. Again, don't have too much to say here. We begin with this character named Javatis, who's a thief who dies from this ancient snake-like being. We meet this character named Yastema, who needs help. And I very much like that, in a typical fantasy story, like, oh, let's help the damsel in distress. Conan is very cautious and very untrusting of this lady, and he's not just up for helping her. In fact, even when he goes to hear what she has to say, they go to sit down, he makes sure to sit against the wall so he can see everything going on around him. Also, it's interesting. I'm doing an order I saw online because I'm trying to be most efficient with it. But the first couple stories I read, he was most assuredly a thief. But he's now upgraded himself from a thief to a mercenary, which he is currently being right now, which is interesting. But yeah, so he, at the end of the story, fights a giant snake, which is 3,000 years old, and of course, saves the day, kills the thing. It was good. It was written very well. But again, I just don't have too much to add to this. Overall, though, I really did enjoy. I know I didn't say much about these stories, but I very much enjoyed Rogues in the House, and I did very much enjoy the Black Colossus. It's just that second one I just could not. I could not get behind. The next time we talk about Conan, we'll be talking about Queen of the Black Coast. So I'm looking forward to that. I hear that's one of the better ones of Conan, so I guess we'll see. But I'm very much enjoying my time. I know I don't really deep dive with these because I really don't have too much to say. I do really enjoy Robert Howard's prose. But at the end of the day, these are kind of simple stories. But the prose are kind of what's keeping me around. But I just, so far, haven't anything like too super deep to sink my teeth into. I think the Elfin Tower is probably like the strongest one I've had so far. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time.